What if I told you that a simple 10-minute daily routine could drop your elderly loved one's blood pressure by 5 to 8 points within weeks? High blood pressure affects over 60% of adults over 65, making it nearly as common as gray hair, but unlike graying hair, this condition can be reversed. When my mother started these changes, her doctor noticed improvement at her very next visit. Today, we're examining 5 powerful lifestyle changes that medical research shows can transform senior health. The silent danger. Understanding hypertension's impact on seniors. Did you know that high blood pressure damages blood vessels for years before the first symptom appears? This silent progression makes hypertension particularly dangerous for seniors, who may not realize the damage occurring within their cardiovascular system until serious complications arise. High blood pressure affects nearly half of all American adults, with prevalence increasing dramatically to over 60% in adults 65 and older. This stark increase isn't simply a normal part of aging, it represents a significant health concern requiring attention. Like hidden water damage gradually weakening a home's foundation long before visible cracks appear, hypertension silently deteriorates cardiovascular health. Despite being so common, approximately 1 in 4 seniors with hypertension don't have their condition under control. The numbers paint a concerning picture. Hypertension costs the United States about $131 billion annually and was a primary or contributing cause of nearly 700,000 deaths in 2022 alone. For seniors specifically, uncontrolled hypertension significantly increases the risk of heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, and cognitive decline, all conditions that dramatically impact quality of life and independence in later years. Consider how many seniors feel perfectly healthy until suddenly experiencing a serious cardiovascular event. Research reveals that for each 20 millimeters of mercury increase in systolic blood pressure above 115 millimeters of mercury, the risk of fatal heart disease and stroke doubles. This progressive risk is particularly troubling for older adults whose blood vessels have already undergone age-related stiffening. Women especially experience steeper increases in systolic blood pressure after age 65. A dangerous misconception persists that occasional headaches or dizziness will warn of problems. The reality is far more insidious. Most people experience no symptoms until organ damage has occurred, earning hypertension its silent killer reputation. Understanding what constitutes high blood pressure is the first crucial step. Current medical guidelines define hypertension as readings of 130 over 80 millimeters of mercury or higher. Regular monitoring becomes especially important for seniors as blood pressure fluctuates throughout the day. Fortunately, lifestyle modifications like dietary changes and appropriate exercise can effectively address these risks, even in older adults, helping preserve cardiovascular health for years to come. Movement as a medicine, senior-specific exercise strategies. While monitoring blood pressure is essential, what if seniors could actively lower those numbers without additional medication? A single session of appropriate physical activity can reduce blood pressure for up to 24 hours, acting essentially as a daily dose of natural medicine that simultaneously strengthens the heart, improves balance, and enhances mood. Many seniors hesitate to engage in physical activity due to concerns about mobility, fear of injury, or misconceptions about exercise intensity. This prevents them from accessing a powerful intervention that requires no prescription. Research shows that for adults over 65, even low-intensity physical activity performed for just 6 minutes every hour can reduce systolic blood pressure by more than 10 millimeters of mercury, a significant improvement that can make the difference between controlled and uncontrolled hypertension. Like a well-oiled machine that needs regular maintenance, the body's cardiovascular system thrives with 3 key exercise components: aerobic activity. Water-based exercises provide excellent benefits as water reduces joint stress while offering gentle resistance. Swimming and water aerobics are ideal for those with arthritis or joint problems. Walking programs also work well, starting with just 10 minutes and gradually building to 30 minutes. Resistance training. Forget heavy weightlifting. Gentle approaches using resistance bands or bodyweight exercises 2 to 3 times weekly can lower blood pressure by 5 to 7 millimeters of mercury. These exercises integrate easily into daily routines and can be modified for different strength levels. Flexibility exercises. These maintain range of motion and complement the other components by ensuring proper movement patterns. For seniors with significant mobility limitations, chair exercises provide an accessible entry point. Seated exercises like leg lifts, arm circles, and marches can elevate heart rate while maintaining stability. These can be performed while watching television or during phone conversations. The cumulative effect is impressive. Consistent exercise can lower systolic blood pressure by approximately 5 to 8 millimeters of mercury in seniors, comparable to prescription medications, but with additional benefits including improved balance, increased bone density, and enhanced mood. This preventative maintenance helps keep the entire bodily machine running smoothly for years to come. The Senior Dash, nutrition strategies that lower numbers. While physical activity delivers important benefits, the food on your loved one's plate could have an equally profound impact on blood pressure control. For seniors specifically, certain nutrition strategies can lower systolic readings by 8 to 14 millimeters of mercury within just 2 to 3 months, a reduction comparable to multiple medications but without introducing pharmaceutical side effects. The Mediterranean and DASH diets consistently demonstrate remarkable results in older adults, lowering systolic blood pressure by 5.5 millimeters of mercury on average within weeks. These eating patterns emphasize whole foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins that naturally support cardiovascular health while typically being lower in sodium. A practical daily approach might include breakfast with oatmeal and berries, lunch featuring a vegetable-rich salad with olive oil, and dinner with baked fish, brown rice, and steamed vegetables. The trial of non-pharmacologic intervention in the elderly produced compelling evidence, reducing daily sodium intake from 3.5 grams to 2.5 grams lowered blood pressure by 4.2 millimeters of mercury and reduced cardiovascular events by 42%. This modest salt reduction not only improves blood pressure, but can enhance energy levels throughout the day. Balancing sodium with potassium-rich foods like bananas, potatoes, and leafy greens creates another avenue for blood pressure management by counteracting sodium's hypertensive effects. However, seniors taking certain medications should consult their healthcare provider about potassium intake to avoid potential complications. Proper hydration represents an often overlooked aspect of blood pressure control. Many seniors experience diminished thirst sensation with age, making intentional hydration crucial. Research indicates adequate fluid intake can improve blood pressure readings by 2 to 3 points, which can contribute to better mood and cognitive function throughout the day. Implementing these dietary principles doesn't have to be overwhelming. Practical strategies include preparing batch meals that align with these guidelines, substituting herbs and spices for salt, and emphasizing colorful produce that provides natural nitrates to relax blood vessels. For seniors with established eating habits, gradual shifts toward these patterns often prove more sustainable than dramatic dietary overhauls. Mind-body connection, stress management, and sleep for senior heart health. While dietary adjustments form an essential foundation for blood pressure control, what happens in your senior loved one's mind could silently undermine all their progress. The mind-body connection becomes increasingly significant with age, as physiological responses to stress change dramatically in older adults. When seniors experience stress, their bodies handle it differently than younger adults. Stress hormones circulate longer in their systems, keeping blood vessels constricted and maintaining elevated blood pressure even when other health aspects are well managed. Consider Mrs. Johnson, who, despite following her dietary plan perfectly, saw her blood pressure spike during weeks of worry about her adult son's health issues. Mind-body practices offer targeted interventions for older adults. Tai Chi provides remarkable benefits. Participants in a 12-week program experienced a 15.6 millimeter mercury reduction in systolic blood pressure. This gentle exercise combines movement with mindfulness, making it accessible for seniors with mobility limitations. Daily breathing exercises lasting just 5 to 10 minutes activate the body's natural relaxation response, reducing systolic pressure by 5 to 7 millimeters of mercury, comparable to eliminating 1,000 milligrams of sodium from their diet. Sleep quality represents another critical factor in senior blood pressure management. Adults over 65 who regularly sleep less than 6 hours nightly face a 20% higher risk of hypertension, regardless of diet or exercise habits. For those with untreated sleep apnea, the risks increase further as this disorder directly contributes to nighttime blood pressure elevation. An effective evening routine helps address these concerns. Seniors should maintain consistent sleep and wake times, limit caffeine after midday, dim household lights 90 minutes before bedtime, and create calming bedtime routines. These adjustments complement stress reduction techniques, creating a comprehensive approach to blood pressure management. Sleep disorders require special attention, particularly sleep apnea, which occurs frequently in the senior population and creates a direct link to hypertension. Proper diagnosis and management of these disorders become crucial components of blood pressure control. We've explored 5 powerful lifestyle modifications that can transform blood pressure health for seniors. When implemented together, these changes often yield results significant enough to reduce medication needs or possibly eliminate them entirely. For caregivers supporting seniors through these changes, remember that gradual implementation proves most effective for long-term success. As one caregiver shared, "My mother started with just 5-minute walks. 6 months later, her doctor reduced her medication by half." Celebrate small victories along the way and set realistic goals that acknowledge your loved one's unique circumstances. Create a daily checklist to track these modifications consistently. Regular monitoring provides motivation, while maintaining communication with healthcare providers ensures coordinated care. Through your informed advocacy, you're not merely extending lifespan, but enhancing vitality in those additional years, turning golden years into truly vibrant ones.